Welcome back to another episode of Trade by Numbers. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. We finally got the sun coming out and shining a little bit, and it's been pretty good overall, but we got a lot going on in the stock market this week we need to talk about. We got the CPI numbers coming out tomorrow, and if they come out hot, well, what's the Fed going to do then? I definitely think we're going to be looking at that 75-point basis hike. Now, if they come out and they're low, that's going to open the door for him to do the 50 basis point hike that he mentioned earlier. And if he does that, I think the market has a lot of room to pop. Now, just because he does that, it does not mean it will pop instantly. We could see a little bit of a pullback and then it take off. However, in all honesty, if he gives that signal, if he says 50 basis points, at this point, I think the market has a lot of room to run. Now, what happens if it is a 75 basis point? They've already taken most of the gains that we had away from us. But I think that will set us up because people knows that, we're going into this recession. It's only getting worse. We got gas prices still through the roof. We've got an entire winter to get through. Once we get through the holiday season, we're going to have a decline in shopping and things like that there because, of course, in December, you got a lot of people out there buying gifts, things like that. That's driving the economy up. Once we get through that, though, we've got a slowdown. And once that happens, that's going to start hurting a lot of these companies, which is going to drive the entire market down. So with that being said, if they know that he's not pivoting yet, then they know that that could get pushed back. And at that point, we could see that start of the next leg down. How bad could that be? Well, a lot of people are saying up to 30% of where we're at right now, which is a pretty big drop. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean we'll get that far, but there's definitely the potential looking at the charts. Now, let's talk about what I'm doing today, okay? It's Monday. We've got the CPI coming out tomorrow. We got the Fed talking on Wednesday. So I am playing it cautiously. I'm not wanting to dive into anything too big. If I see a play where I can make a quick little scalp, great. I'm not doing anything where I'm swinging because I don't want to be holding anything tomorrow until I read those CPI numbers. So anything I do today is just going to be a quick little scalp trade, and then I'm just going to wait. I'm going to see how the market moves. We do have the S&P up about 0.25% in the pre-market. With that being said, we could see this market open and it just tank. In all honesty, looking at my watch list, at least 50% of it is already in the red. We've got some in the green, but we also have crypto down. We've got Bitcoin down almost 0.75%. Ethereum's down over 1%. So we're setting ourselves up, I think, that we could see today be kind of a down day, setting ourselves up for tomorrow. Just the market kind of pricing in and starting to prepare for if those CPI numbers are hot. And that's kind of what I see. Now, it doesn't mean that that's what's going to happen. I don't have a crystal ball. But that is what I'm looking at this moment. Like I said, we've got some companies that are up today, but just scrolling through my watch list, there is a lot in the red. And whenever I see a lot of my watch list in the red, it always makes me wonder if the market's not going to go red itself. So right now, I'm just going to be playing it loose and fast. If I see a trade, I'm going to get in and get out. If you don't have a margin account, if you're not day trading, I wouldn't necessarily recommend picking up anything for tomorrow because by the time the market opens tomorrow, it will be a completely different animal from today. CPI numbers come out, I think, at 8:30, and everything's going to change as soon as that report hits, for the good or for the bad, but it's going to be a completely different beast. So I want you to be aware of that. Now, another thing, I made a video yesterday. I've had a lot of people talking to me about investing in their business. I've been having a ton of discussions, it seems like, over the last couple of days. So I made a video yesterday. If you own a small business or you're thinking about starting a small business, I would highly recommend you check out my video from yesterday. so that when you build a business, you build it the right way. You don't make the mistakes that 9 out of 10 people make when it comes to building their own business. I don't want to see you get caught in that trap. I see it happen every single day around me, and I've been in it myself. I've done that myself. I learned from my mistakes. I moved forward, and I don't want to see you make those mistakes yourself. So definitely check out my video from yesterday. You're just not going to want to miss it. It's talking about building the right kind of business. Build yourself a business and not a job. So please check that out if you have a small business or you're wanting to start one. And other than that, we're going to watch the market. Join me this afternoon. We're going to discuss how it played out, and we're going to get ourselves ready for those CPI numbers tomorrow. We're going to talk about them a little bit more. And till then, be blessed, and remember, never trade with your emotions. Always trade by the numbers.